All right, well, let's move on to this VAR controversy. VAR and the sad state of human error that's going on in this, and how can Brews and Banter FC, Redbeard and Targo, make it better? Well, we're going to tell you. We're going to give you a few ways on how VAR can be better. Why don't you go ahead, Fred, and tell me your number 3 way you would make it better.
Okay, well, before we get into that, I just want to, come back to last weekend and why this whole conversation started, right? Because of the whole
Liverpool Tottenham.
Luis Diaz was onsides and they called him offsides, and VAR confirmed that he was onsides and they didn't do anything about it. But not only that, independent panel found that Diego Jota should not have been sent off either for his second yellow. Just saying. There was 7 mistakes last week. If you want me to tell you all of them, I can. We got Luis Diaz incorrect goal for offside. Diego Jota's second yellow. Villa's second versus Brighton when Nicolo Zaniolo was in the line of vision for Brighton's goalkeeper. Brentford was denied a clear penalty.
I disagree with that one. I think that was a goal.
This is not me saying this. So this is not opinion. This is the panel's opinion. Yeah. So
the Brentford one that you're talking about, Matt Turner fouling Johan Visa.
Yeah.
That was a foul, yeah.
So that being said, yes. What are my observations on this, or how would I change it, or should we just get rid of it? Well, my number 3, because the NFL was in London this week, have the ref go pitch side to the monitor for every single VAR intervention. It's not going to take much longer. It's not. Because they sit there and the ref's like, wait for like 5 minutes every single time. But I'm talking every single one. These refs are in shape. They can run to the sideline and back.
That's a little much.
It would fix it. There would be no miscommunication because the ref who is watching the whole game would see every incident broken down exactly how VAR is doing it. And there would be no miscommunication. They do it in the NFL. Ref makes the final decision, but discusses it with the entire team where there is no mistakes.
There's also commercials in the NFL. There's no commercials
in
NFL, football.
I'm only talking about this part. Football in America in general, American football, is dumb. They play 60 minutes of football and it takes them 4 hours to play a game because of commercials and stoppages. So I don't want to get into that.
Well, I'll tell you one of mine then, because it's kind of similar to what the NFL does. Okay. It's the refs having to announce to the stadium the calls they make.
So stopping nonetheless and announcing.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be a real-time conversation between the referee, the viewers, and the people in the stadium. I think this would definitely make them more accountable for their decisions.
It also they might be forced to take more time on it because of that.
Well, I mean, in that Luis Diaz situation, I'd rather have it take an extra 15, 20 seconds than a goal not be allowed.
Yeah.
And so that was one way that I thought they could make it better, is keep them accountable, man. Have them announce their decisions to the 60,000 people surrounding them and to the millions watching on TV.
The millions. Anyways, I couldn't help myself. But I do have one to add on to that, too, is, why not just allow them to bring play back? If they make a mistake, stop play. Just stop it right there and say, we were wrong. It's not one of my things to change, but it should be. Anyways. Okay, my number 2. Just fucking get rid of it.
Ooh.
Soccer and football has been around for hundreds of years. Without it, we've only started to get mad at it since it got invented, and they couldn't figure out how to use it properly. So just get rid of it. It worked just fine. Or just give it a limited capacity for use. More off-the-ball incidents and goal line technology. We had that before VAR. Just go back to that.
Yeah, and I think if you do that, I think you need to start paying these refs more. I mean, these
I think
referees
they
right
need to
now.
pay these referees more and train them more as is,
Yes,
but I do agree with that.
because these refs are making what, somewhere between 40 and 65,000 a year,
They should
and
be
so
making more like 400 to 600,000 a
I
year.
wouldn't say that much, but
The amount of stick and death threats they get, yes, I think so. The Premier League can afford to pay them that much. How about you?
so one of my ideas was to have ex-players in the VAR room.
That is a thought. I've heard that in a couple of other places, and it's not a bad argument.
So, for example, in that Wolves Manchester United game, the VAR didn't find it necessary that Onana had fouled that. I can't remember the Wolves player, but when he came out, clattered into the Wolves player, missed the ball completely.
Punched him in the head.
Pretty much. I think an ex-player in the room could say, "Hey, yeah, that's a foul."
Yeah.
I think a player, when Matt Turner kicks Johan Visa, would say, "Yeah, that's a foul." Or, I know this one was kind of on the fence, so we would still have some controversy, but that Curtis Jones red card, I've heard mixed reviews on that one.
Yeah. There would at least be more than one opinion, and it would be a player, so you get more of the process of the thoughts behind.
And I mean, you can
actions.
train these players to the rules and
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I think the one thing we just want to see also is just more consistency, man.
100%.
These refs need to get in a room together and talk about what's a handball, what's a foul, what's a red card. Apparently, what's a goal.
That too.
But the consistency, better communication amongst each other, and yeah. Because I don't agree with you. I don't think they should abolish VAR. I do think they should keep it.
I don't think they should get rid of it. I just think it's a thing to do. Like, if you want an option, that is one. I mean, there were a lot of missed calls and a lot of offsides that should have been, or a lot of onside calls that should have been offsides, vice versa. Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's those black or white things that we don't want to see messed up. Obviously, a foul, a handball, that can always be up to interpretation. Varies from person to person. And so there will always be those sort of lapses, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I know you and I, our number one is the same, basically. It's the automated offsides, like we had at the World Cup. That's in the Champions League. I love it in the Champions League, man. You see the animation. You see which part of his body is offside. It happens so much quicker. But the Premier League clubs voted it down.
You understand it. And that is what I don't understand, is that the Premier League voted it down. It's not hard to implement, because you just take Champions League model and implement it in England. Install the technology, bada bing, bada boom, it's done. So I don't get it. Could have had this all along, but you're too damn stubborn. Stupid clubs. Liverpool fans wouldn't be complaining. Arsenal fans wouldn't be complaining. Brentford, I mean, I go down the whole table pretty much. Everybody's complaining. Everybody's complaining.
Bit in the ass by VAR.
Yeah. Everyone's complaining. Some more than others. But nonetheless, it would fix the problem, and we could have been without this complaining the whole time.
But yeah, man. That brings us to the end of this episode. Whew, this was a fun one. Talking about how we could fix VAR. Make sure you guys like, subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Hit that notification bell. Make sure to check out our latest video below.
As always, follow us on TikTok, Instagram. Join our Facebook group. Let us know your thoughts on how VAR can be fixed. But on that note, man, thank you guys for listening. As always, cheers.